I can talk. I mean, it's good.
We on a countdown?
I think we are. I just want to make sure that I can.
How do we know what the countdown is? That's the question.
3, 2, 1. Or no, it's 3, 2.
Boom.
Hold on.
Oh, you got the finger point down and all.
Yeah, 3,
Yeah.
2.
Oh, I had a statistic
Welcome
I
to the
wanted.
live.
We need to find the movie thing we have for JoJo. The tape.
Yeah.
It's in storage somewhere.
No, dude. I got teardrops VHSs. The next thing I'm doing is going to work on a documentary.
Let's see the lives.
We have the reel cutter. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I had one and broke
Take
it.
one.
Oh, just from slamming it?
Yeah, me and Brooks were at the George Orr Museum, and we are like doing Lauren Turner.
Yeah.
LT. We're doing her cooking show, and we just had too much fun with it. It was like plastic start breaking on it. You're like, oh, okay, all right. See, I need a.
Wasn't meant to slap it that hard.
No, dude. When we would do stuff, it was
to the extreme.
If you go back and look at the bloopers, it's like that should be in the show.
That's right.
It's like
you can wrap in. Go ahead and wrap in the mic.
No, I'm not. But
you got the mic.
You can't say like part of like
song
lyrics
and
and not. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it in my head.
Let's see. Trying to find the lot. There it is.
The lyricist.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it aggravates it. Everything he says, I have to finish it in song because just about everything you say can be related to a song, and then I can't cut it out. I can't cut it out.
Oh, Zach, we missed him today, huh?
Yeah.
Did y'all make him mad
He's
while
here
you were
in
doing
spirit.
it?
No, he sounded like he was sick. Like he
I
wasn't
think
feeling good.
He's had a day, perhaps.
Well, I mean, you do it too. That ball field life. That's a different life.
Yeah, I'm up there probably 4 days a week.
I mean,
We did our time. We're done.
Yeah, it's probably 4 days a week.
I mean, you gotta
which I don't miss. I don't mind because one day I'm gonna miss it, so I don't rush it. I don't do anything but to just go and enjoy it, no matter where they need to go. Because one day I won't be able to go.
What about travel ball?
No, sir. We are strictly league ball. We do not participate in travel ball. They've asked, but that is just not for our family.
I don't think most families can afford travel ball.
It's just not conducive to what we just left for a week of vacation. We actually 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. And when we're going to go, we're gone. I mean, I'm committed to the family, not a ball game. So we wouldn't be there.
All day games too.
Yeah, we wouldn't be there. We'd be gone. And so, league ball does everything that we need for our kids because they play soccer, they do other things.
Shout out to American Top Team. That's why Oliver's in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's good.
Bring him up there to D'Iberville, and
that's awesome.
30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
30 minutes a night, and I mean we have a Jock Pusho. How do you say it? Pusho?
Yeah,
Pusho. His little boy's got that training facility.
Bradley goes there.
Where my house is.
Yeah, Bradley goes there.
I'm already just going to talk to his little boy and just sign Oliver up if he wants to play baseball. I'd rather get Oliver in the training at that facility across the street from the house.
Yes.
And then let him get good by professionals.
Yeah, Jacques, and they're great. He's a great guy.
I heard they're pretty strict too, and it's a lot of exercise.
Yes, Bradley has gone to him for pitching lessons, and you can't say enough good things about them. They're great people.
Melvin's first podcast.
Yes.
What do you think?
He's nervous.
He's got one. You can't do one answer.
Oh, I absolutely can.
Well, so guys, on this podcast we have Carrie, Dan, and Melvin, board members of United in Blue, which United in Blue is an organization that raises money for fallen officers, cut checks to families so that they don't lose their house. They can take care of their kids. And, when you lose an officer, it takes months for them to get paid in a lot of situations, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so y'all raise a lot of money. You go cut a check and keep them moving until they get paid.
Correct.
We do whatever they need.
Yeah.
Needed help with the yard, honeydews that weren't fulfilled, need cabinet doors need to be repaired, hung, anything like that. We step in and try to help.
And not just fallen officers, but any first responders that are in need.
Right.
So not necessarily a family that has suffered loss, but it could be an actively serving first responder that's in immediate need due to various reasons, medical or just a lot of our first responders, and it's not just police officers, it's firemen, EMPs
Right.
as well. There's such a large physical responsibility, but mental and emotional responsibility. And sometimes those families just need to take a pause, and we're there to step in and help when they're in need with that as well. And another one of our biggest things that we're really concentrating on is memorializing those officers and giving scholarships to their families or families of first responders in their memory.
I mean, y'all been at it. It's a good organization. I was telling Dave Reese at Fly Lyman tonight. We did the pink dress pop up, but I was telling about y'all's organization. I mean, it's kind of that's a niche organization. Most people that's, Zach Grady's not with us, but that was one of his brainchild.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Y'all started that 10 years ago? Was it? When did it start?
2016 was the original.
The original first.
And when did y'all come on board?
We brought it back to life last year. So
Right.
we had the initial event was in 2016, and it always kind of lived in the back of Zach's mind to bring it back. And life just happens, children, careers, and things like that. So a very good friend of, I believe, probably all of ours, Ian Estorff, his son Brandon, and another officer over there in the Bay Area were killed in the line of duty, and it just kind of reignited the spark to make it more of a priority. Hey, it's something that we're all passionate about, but we need to get the ball rolling again. And you just know that there's a void that needed to be filled. So it just took all of us getting together just to kind of make the commitment that we're going to go ahead and start this, and we're just going to keep it going, because unfortunately there's always going to be the need. There's always going to be fallen officers that need to be memorialized, and their families to feel like they matter and to be recognized. And so it just kind of every year it's growing and growing. And
yes,
we got
hope to see
together
it
in
grow.
late 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when Zach, myself, Carrie, and Mike McGill sat down and really put pen to paper and kind of nailed down the charter and decided what United in Blue was going to stand for, where we were going to work from, who we were going to help, and got the paperwork rolling and filed all necessary documentation with federal and state, and began from there, and then had our first gala in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're approaching our second year. So this Saturday will be the second gala, and we'll continue to grow and go from here.
And evolve too.
Yeah.
We're constantly changing.
I mean, I donated a couple prints and paint, some prints, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
I
We
did.
really
You did.
appreciate that. You got some other donations from other businesses as well too. We really appreciated.
I think
I got Marty to give us some stuff.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got so I went from one. It was Haley Roberts's. It was Haley Roberts was going through cancer. Then they had at the old DI Real Civic Center where Southern Nets used to be at.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought a Matt Stebley print.
Yeah.
That was that print I bought because I was fighting Michael West over the print. And I was like, ain't no way. I text Matt. I'm like, how much was that frame job? Like, all right, well, I'm going to throw it on this. So that was one of the pieces.
You got in a bid more.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be beat.
It's always
Yeah.
fun.
You're not getting it.
And I know it won't happen this year, but like my mom, she's been killing it on paintings, and I was like, hey, maybe next year she'll work on a United Blue theme piece, because
Yeah,
y'all
cool.
make money off of art. Like if you like I told moms, like when if you want to identify yourself as an artist, I mean, Marty Wilson made a career off of charities. Like that's how he makes, like that's how people see his arts and pieces.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, Scott bought one. What is 1996 Gyotaku?
Yeah, it's a piece that I bought at I don't know whether it was a heart fund event or something, but he had donated a gyotaki, which is where you catch the fish, you bring it in, you dry it off, you paint it, and you put it on the canvas
Yeah.
right there on the pier, and then it has the impression. And then you just kind of flesh it out. And he saw it. I had it on the wall. I paid $200 for it. He looked at it and he said, "Snapper Time, 1996." He says, "That may be the first one I ever did."
Oh, wow.
He said, "You need to get that assessed." He says, "That may be worth $25,000 today." I have no idea if it really is or not.
Right.
But his art does appreciate. And this was not a copy. This was the original stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's neat.
How cool.
I mean, for events like that, especially when you're, looking nice in a suit, people drinking, having a good time, get that little paddle up.
Yeah.
And y'all are 503(c), correct?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a write-off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a charitable write-off.
That's correct.
We did really well last year. I think what do you remember what
Gotta bring your mic up just a little bit more. Like
do you remember what we ended up raising last year? It was
End of night,
mhm.
84,000.
Mhm.
This one's way lighter. What? Damn.
Guns.
I know, but
Got this.
is that one easier?
Okay.
End of night of the event was around 84,000.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. I mean, we had about 800 people show up and show out to really, surround those families that we were honoring and love, and it was a pretty incredible night. But the art and a lot of other, we raised money so many different ways with T-shirts, silent auction, live auction, a couple guns.
Golf
raffle, golf cart raffle.
Oh yeah,
It's still raffling. We're doing it's
And the golf
this
cart
year.
was donated again.
It was donated back.
to us, and we will be raffling it again this year.
So it's
What is it? 25 for one ticket, 5 for 100.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put that link in there. It's under unitedblue.net, right?
It is.
yeah.
It is.
So in the link, if you scroll in the link, I put unitedblue.net there. So you can just go ahead and hit that raffle. I looked at it
Yeah.
last night. I was like,
Yeah, there's-
I need to pull that trigger.
That's a
couple
pretty
of-
blue.
There's a couple of guns for raffle, correct?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
for
think there's two. Yeah.
live auction after the program at the end of the night, before music and we start the festivities for the night.
Yeah.
There'll be a live auction as well, and there's some guns, some firearms for a live auction.
Some items for a live auction you get a paddle that you were saying. You can get you a paddle.
I just
Or do you?
had a
Or
really
wink.
good idea.
What's that?
We could do dancing for dollars with Dan.
Oh my gosh.
So the more
Gee.
people are willing to pay, the longer you'll dance.
It's
Can we
like-
get you up
It's
there?
like the Dancing with the Stars, but I'm not so much a star.
Oh sure, dancing for dollars with Dan. That
They probably
might follow
feel
the
sorry
live
for
auction.
me at the end. They probably would.
I mean, not this, but this year I'll be at the run and handle that stuff. But you got something to say? Okay, next year I'll definitely be. I'll be kind of collabing on some auction stuff because that is where you want to sell it. Like
Yeah.
when you want to sell the experience. I mean, a lot of people, if you know what you're doing it for, they're going to spend money,
Mhm.
Sure.
and that's because it's like I was like one thing I learned about when we would do logs. I think y'all got us beat. I think our biggest live auction we did before we just stopped doing that black gala style. For us, it was just more of lawn chairs. Is how we were like. That's what
Yeah.
we did a few of them. We did good. I mean, we did like 40 grand and stuff. But I knew for us, it's like we were more into like we wanted to do I've been to a lot of events with survivors, and they just have really bad insecurities.
Mhm.
And it's like it's hard for them to go out to a ball.
Oh yeah.
If you're going to go, and so our thing is just like, let's just sit around, get some lawn chairs, get some beers,
Come out comfortable.
and go talk to them, and then you work them up. And that's kind of like that's why I never felt like for us it would ever like we never had more than 50 people when we did our galas, or maybe 80.
Yeah.
But it made sense for us because the people that we're approaching are single moms, stuff like that. And yeah, I just wanted to fill the room, and we just never felt like it wasn't there for our cause.
Yeah.
I think you got to see that when you do y'all like certain organizations, you got to like it's perfect for y'all because there's a lot of people y'all are big into cities. I mean, y'all got
Mhm.
city sponsors. Y'all got some people that are a part of this. You got law enforcement. I know y'all got half the law enforcement's there if they can get there.
Right.
Sure.
It's they lost their brother. Firefighters, they're there. Y'all probably got all the chiefs. Y'all got all the chiefs there, and deputies.
Try to.
Yeah.
And we tell all of the law enforcement, come, everyone, come. If you don't have a ticket, come.
We'll
Yeah,
leave
come and
today.
enjoy.
We'll leave a ticket at the door for you.
Yeah, come and enjoy. Be a part
if
of it.
you're police, if you're fire, if you're paramedic, EMT, come.
Yeah, and it's
we
a night
will,
for
we
them
will
to
let
come.
you in at the door.
No constables though. No Carrie Fountains, right? They're not.
Oh,
yeah,
Carrie.
We will
Shout out
make an
Carrie
exception for
Fountain.
Hey now.
Shameless plug. Huh? Carrie's awesome.
Yeah, and we are geared
Uh-huh.
for those guys. I mean, we say it's a gala, but we're not talking ball gowns and tuxedos.
Right.
You know, a
Cowboy
cowboy tuxedo.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
some jeans, a boot, just a pair of boots, and a nice shirt.
We just want people to come as comfortable as they want to be to come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really for them to come in and be surrounded by other brothers in blue and people who support them, the firefighters, and to come as they want to come and enjoy what they want to enjoy, be there for the night, and just go home knowing that, you know, what we're doing is for them. And that's
you have
it.
the whole community supporting you.
That's right.
Did you from last year? Do y'all have any kind of good stories on like what y'all were able to do with some of the money? Did y'all kind of figure that out? Like for, you know, families in needs, were y'all there to like cut the checks? Were y'all?
Oh, absolutely.
What's that like?
Absolutely.
Surreal.
Like that's one thing we don't do. We've done a couple Christmases. We've done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in passing. It's like a lady I'll meet be like, "Hey, you bought my teeth." Like,
Right.
but like in y'all situation, it's got to be. I mean, it's coming at a very, very tough situation.
Well,
Yeah. So there was a family. They had a child, correct?
Right. Yes.
police
last year.
officer. Yeah.
Yes. It
Um,
was-
Husband and wife, I believe, were both.
They were
worked with-
both?
yeah. They were
Served.
both serving in the.
They had a child battling cancer, so we donated $10,000 to them. We don't have any stipulations on the money because you use the money how you see fit. If you want to take your child to Disney, then go. If that's how you want to use it. So I don't know how they spent it, but it was for them, for the benefit of their child.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, when a loss happens, there's so much that just stops. You know, the unfortunate paycheck stops. There's questions about benefits. There's question about life insurance. There's so many unknowns at that very beginning. And the one thing that doesn't stop is the bills, the bill collector, the light bills. None of that stops.
Mhm.
They just, it doesn't. And so for us to be able to come in and be able to add some relief in that time is surreal. Whether I'm there cutting the check or not, it's just the premise of what it is to be able to help them, because I could not imagine being in that situation. The last thing you're concerned about is all the bills and everything. I cannot imagine the million things going through your mind, and that shouldn't be one of them. And to know that someone can come in and help you with that, it's got to be a relief, not necessarily for them as much as the family around them, to know that there's someone out there that cares,
Sure.
that understands that life still continues, and any help that they can get, it goes a long way in a situation like that. You know, I just couldn't imagine. You're asking men and women to run to the shootings, towards the bullets, towards the fire, and you know, that's hard when most people would turn and run, and those guys run into it. And when it's unfortunate that they lose their lives, I don't know that we do enough.
How do they like, for instance, for us, it's Memorial Hospital Foundation. They go to the center. That's how we find out about a lot of our help. Do they go to the website for y'all? I mean, y'all got careers. Y'all, I mean, there's
A lot of it's word of mouth referral.
Okay.
Right.
The sheriffs will come, or
Yes.
police chiefs.
That's right.
y'all are not paid board members, correct?
No,
Correct.
no,
Yeah.
no one is.
No
No.
one's paid.
No one in the organization. collects a
Yeah,
paycheck.
same
we
with
do
us.
Not have an executive director. We have none of that. So we are a complete 501c3. No one is paid.
Yeah, and I think
Everything
know-
that we collect is donated back to the community.
Yes.
yeah, and
That's
I
awesome.
think the community reaching out, whether it's through Facebook or through one of us that has any ideas or knows something that we just don't know, that we don't hear through the community of the law enforcement or the fire department, the fire world, we're open to people suggesting or calling and saying, I know this is going on, for us to look into it. Because we don't know everything that's going on. So anything that someone could give to us to look into as a possibility, yeah, I mean, we would be all ears to be able to support whatever it is.
And we have a lot of police chiefs. They come to the board meetings.
Yeah.
They're there with us when we decide, when we're going to have an event, how money is going to get spent, who we vote on collectively, where money is going to go. They're there with us. They bring things, but we don't hear everything. So if you know of an officer in need, reach out.
Right.
Reach out to any of us.
I was Oliver did the Biloxi Fire Department summer school.
Yeah.
And I reached out to Samantha because Samantha's one of my Samantha's been one of my, Andy, the CEO, is the first person gave me a sponsorship when he took over CEO. I met him downtown Ocean Springs.
You're talking about Kiesler?
Yeah. So I met Andy, and then Samantha, I grew up with Samantha. She used to live right by Dad in Ocean Springs. She was my neighbor. So Samantha, Samantha used to hang out with Natalie. They used to always hang out there in the front yard doing cheerleading.
That's where I remember her.
Yeah. She was always there. And then, but always, when you have her situation, that's what she does. That's her job.
Mm-hmm.
She loves it. And Oliver was hanging out at the fire department, and I was like, thank y'all so much. And I was like, how do y'all get funded? And I just through sponsors. I'm like, Samantha, like, we got a summer camp. She's like, I'm in. So, I mean, you look at that kind of situation too. That's a good cause. I think all good cause with what y'all are doing though is, and it's cool that you need to have these chiefs involved because, we lost some through depression last year,
Oh yeah.
It's a tough job. That's why I kind of always tell people, like, it's when I got swatted on Twitch, I didn't report that in Gaucher because it was that Blue Lives Matter movement. And I was like, when they're trying to reach out to me going like, you got beat up by a cop. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Because it's a hard job. I mean, you don't make a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, and you're working 12-hour days.
Very little respect.
And there's a
lot of times they're working more than 12.
Yeah, but it's idle time too at certain areas where you're like, you've got to be mentally strong to be out there and like have to, like, whether you're responding or waiting, like that's just not, you're not sitting there just like walking around and watching movies and stuff.
How are you?
Right.
Well, your question was how do people know about us or how do they find us? That kind of carries over into when I said we're always evolving. We recently found out that, you think about in a time of tragedy, everything around you just falling apart and you're inundated with everyone reaching out to you and so many things to do and responsibilities and emotions. And there's so many resources out there. But unfortunately, there's really not an easy way for the person who needs those resources to get them. And we'll reach out and everyone kind of does their part to reach out and help. But during the time of tragedy, it's really hard to retain all of that information. And, we're pretty diverse, our group, and we're pretty boots on the ground and we're spread out throughout the state. So we hear a lot and people reach out a lot, but there's still a lot of things going on that we don't know about that we can't step in and help. But, it was brought to our attention from someone in that position who unfortunately lost a spouse in the line of duty, that there is a gap where they don't know what to do, or they may have been told a day after the tragedy, but they were told a lot of things on top of dealing with the emotions and trying to just process what is happening. So we are evolving into
we've brought her, she's going to be coming on the board with us,
right? So we're evolving into
to
fill those needs that are out there that aren't being met. And it's sad to think that they're not, and especially knowing that there are resources out there. But for instance, there was one I hadn't heard about, and forgive me, I don't remember the name, but there's an organization that will take the families of these fallen officers and bring them to Disney. And there's other families in the same situation.
Right.
And this particular recipient was telling, she's like, it was our first, it was our first Christmas without him. And that alone was a lot to process. And even though you're surrounded by loved ones who love you and they're there to support you, they're not in the same situation. They can't
Right.
100% relate. So to be able to take that trip and be around those other families who were in that same situation really brought them some comfort, and it helped them process some things and learn more about the process, about other resources, and just be able to talk about their feelings with someone who they knew when they said the words, that person completely, that family understood their feelings and emotions.
So she got to go to Disney with
Other
other spouses
that
that
have
have been in
lost.
this exact same
Right.
situation, that had fallen
That's
off.
what heals them,
that had
though.
reached
I
that
mean, that's what
decline.
heals.
it
when
is you.
people-
Yeah.
It does, because like
It's the community.
Our big part of like what the run we learned, it was like when they lose, like a daughter lost her mom, and it's
Mhm.
like, and then they come to, like, they're together, and it's like, and then you, when you're better off, like Brittany Land, like they do vacations together now. Same thing. It's like, but you can be with somebody that can like understand what you're going through.
Somebody relatable.
It's like
So
they're
we've
right
invited
there.
her to participate in United in Blue, and she's going to help us. So we're working to develop a pamphlet to distribute, God
Right.
forbid,
with
to
information.
families that are going to experience this.
So mom had, like, I'm trying to read on the comments are starting to work today, but my mom hit up with Marty's mentor. Samantha came in and said Keeser's with you. Mom has stuff like, have y'all done any work outside of the country or outside of Mississippi? Did y'all kind of go, have y'all been that far with?
So we've reached out. We've had Baton Rouge.
Mhm.
It started with Baton Rouge, six
Yeah.
officers.
So y'all are
killed
not
in
just
Baton Rouge.
Mississippi. Y'all are wherever
So
you need to be.
We
Pretty
are
much
focusing on
are-
Mississippi, but we want to branch out. We want to inspire other areas to join in the effort and duplicate what we're doing and become a
Right.
whole network.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, just in life in general, it's all of our lives are it's gonna happen. We're gonna be gone. Someone's gonna be in this house long. Everything's gonna be replaced. My truck will be gone. Someone new, and eventually, everything that about you will be forgotten at some point. And unfortunately for them, that time comes sooner than it should have been. And so, to think that they are, our firemen and police officers are putting their lives on the line, and tragedy does happen. Why? I just don't understand how the compassion to do more isn't there in people, because their lives and their memories were cut short. And so, doing this with United in Blue, paying their mortgages off. There's organizations that help pay mortgages off for the families. Like, I just don't think there's too much that can be done for someone that has their memories and their lives cut short.
I think a big problem that people battle with is, number one, social media like this all the time with a lot of people. But like, even like when I first started Carter's Champions, I was selfish. I was very selfish. But when you have to have the taste of helping somebody.
Right. Yes.
You can't just watch it on a video. You need to be out there and you need to feel it, and then you'll go. You have to have a little taste. And I think that's like something that
hits you.
Yeah, you're like, okay, yeah, this person needs it.
This
like,
is what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, and I think that's what is messed up. Like, I'm with you on that situation, because I'm like, I got that taste, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about material stuff. Like,
No.
I want to just help. Like,
It's not
like
relevant.
you said, it's not going to be here anymore.
No.
I mean, eventually, and then for me with, my little boy, I'm like, shit, I want my son to be like, my dad fought for this. My dad stood for this.
That's it.
And these, like I said,
Family legacy.
Yeah, these kids,
he'll pick it up and continue where you left off.
There's always a new model of a phone. There's always a new this, there's a new that, like, but a person that's suffering, whether it's first responders or a person battling cancer, they're alone and they're lost. And you could see it when you get into that, which y'all can see.
When
Like,
you talk to them.
Yeah, you walk up
see
to them.
the emptiness in their eyes and the loneliness, and it's
a great thing, but it sucks. It's like,
it does.
It's taking your energy. It's like it takes a piece of you.
And what you need is we need more fathers and mothers passing that along. I won't say that we do a good job, but my oldest son, Bradley, we went to Washington, D.C., and we were there. We come out of a restaurant, and there was a gentleman asking for money, and we didn't get far. And my oldest son asked for money and turned around and went and gave it to him. And that's what we should be teaching kids. Regardless, it doesn't matter what this guy was going to do with the money. It didn't matter to me, but it was the fact that my son cared enough that he was willing to give someone money. You know, he learned that somewhere. Now, whether he learned it through me or through his mother, his grandpa, wherever, but that's what we need to instill in kids now. You know, I just think that compassion, and it's just slowly slipping away. And you know, I don't know if it's due to a world being selfish, but you know, the compassion part of it. I just want my kids. The only thing that I want for my kids is to be proud of who I was. That's it. That's it.
I'd rather y'all do like a United Blue chocolate bar. At least we know the funds are going to people.
Yeah.
Like in the school systems.
Yeah.
And like that's where I think that needs to be, because like there's so many, I call them Dr. Claws.
Yeah.
That there is a fundraiser, but it only, you know, for us starting our stuff was like finding out that only, I'm not going to name the cancer places, but 28% CEO makes $2 million.
Oh, wow.
You're like, we're just giving money. Like
our food bar is going to be epic Saturday night.
Yeah.
but you can see like a United Blue in the school systems.
I
like
mean,
Right.
give them the money
I'm
to
not
the
gonna
right
brag,
place.
but we may have a tomahawk or two called.
A tomahawk
Yeah.
bar, a sushi bar.
Yeah.
I think that's
We're gonna feed them well.
I think the biggest thing is go after the charities that I like, the people that don't grab a salary, that use the community. Like, you know, we failed this year. We're like trying to do like a $200 design your t-shirt for the schools. I want to get the school systems, because like I want them to see that it's a give back, and you know, nobody's the owner. It's just a community event. And I mean, I would love more people to participate and share a piece of Carter's Champions with us, like than me and John having it. Because all we're doing is going, hey, I'm from the coast, raising money, and wherever it goes, we go. Like, and that's the same thing with y'all. Is like, y'all ain't taking money, so I know y'all care about it, because if y'all didn't care about it, like, y'all wouldn't be doing it.
No, I mean,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours.
It is.
It is.
It's tiring. I'm tired.
Right.
Right now.
Worth it.
And I guess
It's
the way I see it is if someone was getting paid, then we're taking that away from the people who need it.
Yeah.
So what would be the point? I mean, what would be the point if you're taking money from and not having it to be able to use it for what you're trying to do? I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
But your original question though was, is the reach beyond Mississippi?
Well, that's Mom's question.
Well, Mom's question. Hey, Susie, how are you? The original question was, are we reaching out beyond Mississippi? And yeah, we're in Louisiana. We've reached out to Alabama. Carrie and I were in North Carolina a couple of weeks ago, and I was pitching United in Blue in Raleigh, telling them what I did. And then we were just my oldest stepdaughter's apartment complex, and I was standing in the parking lot, and police drove by, and they stopped, and I just sparked up a conversation about United in Blue for no reason. Just, this is what I do. This is what we have started in Mississippi. Do you guys have anything like that here?
Planting seeds.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Acorns? What?
Let me ask a question, kind of go a little different direction. Everything that you're doing right now is after the fact, after the trauma, after the death, after the bankruptcy, after whatever it is that occurs. Have you given any thought to doing anything to assist beforehand? Salaries, you mentioned earlier how low they're paid.
Right.
The other day, I noticed that Commissioner Tyndall, who has done a great job getting benefits for Leo's and also for helping the salaries for his own officers, his thrust this year with the legislature is going to be to get the legislature to take action to help local law enforcement salaries.
Yeah.
Get to, I mean, that changes the quality of their life as well. And on a different level, you guys are dealing with something really important with the trauma side of it.
Correct.
I'm just wondering if that might fit your mission statement or not.
I don't know that we've had anything yet. We've discussed, that is recently talked about what else that we can do. Because we're always looking for that next thing to do. And so I believe what you're talking about, yes, it could be. Have we narrowed it down to what exactly it is? Not necessarily. but I have some ideas of what those could be. Whether it be they have a sick child and unfortunately the insurance is not covering it, and they need assistance there. Those are just possibilities. But we wouldn't turn any of those away. Anything that we would look at to see if it fits and help and assist where we can, because you're right. They aren't paid enough. And I say it at board meetings. There's no pizza party. There's no pat on the back. To an employee, none of that matters. Only thing that matters is what's on their paycheck when they get paid. That is it. That is a deciding factor on whether someone goes on vacation or someone goes out to eat that night.
Mm-hmm.
It's the money that comes in the house. That is it. The rest of that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so when it comes to law enforcement and pay raises, I'm always a proponent of doing more.
Well,
I know
all I can say is it's going to be teed up this year
Well, good.
in January.
Yes, sir.
it needs to be. And
Yeah.
I know our foundation, I don't know what we can do as a foundation collectively,
Right.
but I know within the foundation individually, there are a lot of us that are in positions to help influence that. I know that you do with Harrison County. Sheriff Matt Haley is on the board, and he just got achieved a pretty large pay raise for his guys,
Right.
and that's on y'all's mind going forward to continue that trend. I'm a huge cheerleader for law enforcement everywhere, but I make sure that our guys in my city where I serve, that they're recognized and they get those pay raises and the equipment that they need. So I know that individually we all contribute to make sure that our communities are affected by our efforts, but we do things. And then to answer the other part of the question about what do we do before tragedy happens, Zach Grady, who founded this, he authored the bill where and this is afterwards, but where cities or counties, different municipalities can elect to pay those officers a month's salary afterwards as well without having to wait. But we're also all really pushing hard and establishing guidelines and opportunities for our officers to have a safe place where they can go talk and get counseling, to help deal with some things, to promote mental health and well-being, and help boost morale and things of that nature. So when we get together, we talk about all the different things that we can do individually and collectively to affect change in many different aspects.
Yeah. I mean, on top of it being a tough job, society is changing so much. And so the job is getting more complex. You're dealing with more mental health now. It seems, it's more dangerous now than it was 5, 10, 15 years ago. Every year that we look forward, it gets more and more dangerous. I mean, it just does. It's just the society we live in, unfortunately.
It's becoming an idiocracy. It's a great movie. Like, you're just looking at a whole different lifestyle of.
Why don't you just use water?
Well, I just see it going with, and Zach's right about it. He talked about that bill. It's just you've seen a lot of people doing like TikTok videos harming officers and people. You're like, what is going on?
Right.
What are you doing? They're trying to protect you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an idiot.
But the first thing they do when they're in need is they pick up the phone, and who do they call?
911.
And I watch these videos where they just taunt the officers now.
Yeah.
Is that where they're sitting there
respect.
filming them? You can't do this. And it's like, they're just trying
I do not have to give you my license.
Yeah. Give them a
I'm
license.
protected.
Yeah. And that taunting.
If you haven't done anything, just provide your license.
You got a wife
asking for identification.
You got a wife or husband at home mad at you because you're working 12 hours a day and there's no time, and you're working graveyard shift. And you can't miss Little League, so she's mad at you. And then you got a person with a camera in your face taunting you. You're like,
right?
What are you doing to his mind? Like, you're going to get punched in the face. I mean, look, he's still an average person. Like, he's got a family, he's got a life. Like, you're taunting him while it's hard, and we can all agree. Like, every day. It takes every day to keep a balanced household. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I like the politicians that want to do away with law enforcement, but then they have private security for themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And whatever is going on in Jackson with the retirement, it is what it is. But it's hard for someone to do those jobs 35 years.
Can't.
And what I'm afraid of
Can we talk
for
about that
those
here?
guys is
Because I've got a lot
because
of opinion.
they're going to make it to 30 years. They're going to make it to 31, and they're not going to make it to that
We retired
35
from the military
threshold.
at 20.
And that's what
where we
scares me, that
start.
someone's going to get so close and
You're
then just
beating
walk
your
away.
body to death at 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And then you're
first-
asking law enforcement
No
in
way.
the civilian sector to do 35.
20,
Right.
25
That is
tops.
ridiculous.
Pull them out.
That
give them
is
a separate retirement.
Ridiculous.
It is horrible.
Mentally, you can't do it. Emotionally, you can't do it. And physically, you can't do it.
Yeah.
I can tell you from when I was more closely involved with knowing so many guys out at the sheriff's office. I can't tell you how many in just 1 year had back surgery, because you think you're in that patrol car for 12 hours. You got your cuffs right here in the small of your back, and you're sitting here in your car, and that's pushing right there on your lumbar. They all had disc problems, nerve problems,
Knee problems. They're in Kevlar all
No
day
way.
long.
It's just you can't ask them.
We
to do
do it with
35 years.
you're in the military and you wear Kevlar when you're deployed. I mean, you don't wear it all day long, but you wear it when you're deployed and you're doing push-ups and sit-ups daily. And you retire at 20 and you're asking law enforcement to retire at 35. That is absolutely insane.
You look at
Like, okay, so
the fire department too. Like if you look at that, like
Yes.
if you're not, yeah.
I asked the question at that event.
If you're not doing calisthenics daily, okay, I understand. So 25. Let's be realistic.
They did it for
But
teachers
you're
too.
beating your body.
Yeah, it's across the board.
Yeah,
I
Emily,
mean,
it's like, and I went there when we had that thing.
And the
and I-
majority of your law enforcement are prior military. Like,
yeah, and now
It's a
you understand
50-50.
that's for new people coming in. That's not the current.
well, I know,
That's-
but
right.
but it's
falls
still
under,
you could feel the when I asked that question at the summer camp at the Biloxi Fire Department,
and I haven't.
they were like, yeah,
I've never been law enforcement. I'm retired military, and it's just insane to expect that from them.
Speaks to recruitment, getting people. to
That's
come
that's
in.
Yeah.
exactly
I
right.
mean, that's really what it speaks to. We got a system now where many of forces are so understaffed. One person goes out on domestic call instead of the two that they ought to have. Those kinds of things happen over and over and over.
And that shouldn't be. Where's their
Yeah.
backup?
And I just
Domestic
just-
calls
Yeah.
go south fast.
You're understaffed,
Mm.
and
And what I hate about that is, on one side we're trying to raise the pay and get it to where, we can bring in new people and bring in recruits, and then all that work you've done over a period of time, when you took on the other side, you say, well, now you got to do 35 years. It just erodes that. You have two forces that just won't work together.
you got to be at 20 years of age at that level at 35. At 55, let's be honest,
Yeah.
you might have a couple fit people that age, but at
Right.
55, 35 years, that, I mean,
At 50,
And there's
I'm
precedent.
51.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
precedent.
You got
55.
I've
I've already retired from the military.
Yeah.
You're telling me I have to wait another 4 years to retire from the police force now? Like, no, I'm already beat up from the military.
Yeah, and I just think,
And
and I'm no conspiracy theorist person or whatever, but
you don't like flat earth.
But give us,
No,
give
but-
us the conspiracy.
Yeah,
man. Come on.
yeah.
come on,
Come
don't
on.
we?
but with the advancement in technology and AI, the movie Terminator is going to be in the near future, because you're not going to find people to do that.
Oh, it's going to
job.
be quicker than you realize.
And so that is what it's going to end up being, something of like that nature. I'm not saying that you're going to have robots running around shooting people, but it's going to be, whether it's more advanced drones, more advanced
so.
dogs. You go to look at dynamic robotic dynamics. I can't remember, but you see their robots, and it's amazing what they're doing with them. And so, if you don't have people to police the streets and you still have to keep people safe, what are your
That's
alternatives?
what
That's
we
your only
see.
alternative. I mean,
I think that would be a good mix, though. I think it would help protect human lives that matter. It would be another line of defense, and it would be some protection for
Yeah.
our guys and
Boston
our citizens.
Dynamics. That's what it is.
But,
Boston Dynamics.
I hope that kind of, I don't think it's going to replay, because you still have to have
No,
a human
right.
aspect to
And just
be able to
imagine that's
look
what
and
you've seen.
discern and judge. But I think that would be an awesome.
Bro, it's going to go
addition.
RoboCop like
The AI,
they're gonna
be sitting up-
the AI that we don't know about.
Yeah.
I do think that Jackson's ultimate goal. I'm going to be an optimist because I believe in our leadership, and I think we have a lot of great people up there in Jackson who are intelligent and care about the mission. And I do think that their ultimate goal is to have a lesser amount time in PERS for our first responders, especially, I would hope, to retire than the 35 years. I think that we needed a solution in order to get the ball rolling in the right direction, and that's what they're doing. But I don't think that they're at their end goal. I think that they want more and know that our guys deserve more than the 35 years. And I really believe that they're going to do what it takes.
What
to
if-
make it
Yeah. There's
happen.
already talks about bringing back to the table and
Sure.
talking about the adjustments for first.
But how many
I
people?
believe it.
I
Seems
want
like
to
I
know
heard
how
it
many
somewhere.
people actually want to sign up anymore, because everybody wants to be an influencer now. So you're looking at a generation that's changing. Like you're looking at a generation that's like, let me be on my phone, let me sit, work from home, remote,
True.
Right.
and then like, you ever seen Ready Player One?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a real. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
too
Like
far
VR.
off. Like, yeah, because I built a podcast studio in VR to see how it was. You know, me and Brooks did a MTV Cribs. We built our own entire
Oh,
world, and people would
what?
come in.
That's
Good.
cool.
We built a comedy club. Like,
Is this the result?
huh?
Is this the result?
Yeah, it's a
I
comedy
think this
club.
is this result because I love the coast, and I always want to focus on this kind of topics for here. And I really does. But you look at people now; they're like, "Oh, well, I can be a rapper, or I can."
Yeah.
It's not like, I want to be there. You're just seeing less and less. I say go be a plumber, do trade.
There's great
100%,
rappers though, on
100%.
YouTube,
Well-
like the Island Boys.
Yeah, but that's gonna be AI now, right? All that is gonna be AI.
Well, the 5 minute of fame can be found easier now
but
because
tons of money come with it, sponsorship.
right, it's easier because of YouTube and everything else. So your 5 minutes of fame can come easier than it was before. I mean, you had to do VHS tapes and send it into America's Funniest Home Videos. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That was only your 5 minutes of
Oh, the
fame.
old
Now
Gen
you can just
X.
you can just upload something and
We're gonna have 5 minutes of fame with dancing for dollars with Delta.
I like
that's right.
Dance and dance.
Well, look at the situations with like the military. They went into drones, and I mean, some of the best pilots are kids. Like,
Yeah.
they're just coming out of their kids. But you look at the
We have
situation.
one.
Yeah, but you look at the situation, and you look now. Are you saying they're not going to have these robots that still work from a call center
Mhm.
that like can respond and then put the camera on and have conversations? It's coming quicker than we thought.
That's the guy we're looking for. Go ahead and put cuffs on
But
him.
here's the
Yeah.
question.
no,
Here's-
just tase them.
here's the question. How much do I have to pay?
He won't show you
to
his ID.
willingly be
Tase him.
shot at every day? How much do I have to pay you to willingly run into a burning building that could collapse at any moment? I mean, that's really what it.
I think the hardest thing though is I mess with AI. There's always human instincts that are different.
My human instinct tells me to go the opposite direction and duck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and that's what most people would. Most people
You look at
probably
also
would.
too. Look at education system. I'll tell you right now. My little boy wasn't learning cursive, and he's homeschooled now. But he was 3 days a week. He was on a multiplication testing in first grade. So like,
oh, wow, in
you're-
first grade.
yeah, it's a whole different generation now when it comes to education system.
Mhm.
So you're looking at like they're not. When I was going to school, it's just like meet a friend, do some cursive, maybe a little nap time.
Color inside the lines.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's a lot more pressure now, and you're just seeing a whole different generation. So I mean, will law enforcement always got to be there because we see what's going on now in this world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
horrible. Like if you go in and you just dive in, and it's not conspiracy theory.
You
This
got to
is
have
like,
order. You
this
got to
is
have order.
real people were like getting crazy about their emotion, and these protests, peacefully protests, they're rare. That's all I'm gonna say. They're rare, and it's like more like LARP, which
Mhm.
I've actually done LARP, and it's true. I've done LARP.
You might
But-
have to explain that to Carrie.
So
Yeah,
so LARP is live action role play where you get in a costume, you wear stuff, and you stand out in a full arm, but you're protesting, and you're acting out without actually like hitting you, like foam stuff. So a
But
lot
you're not really protesting.
Like
You're
fake sword
pretend-
play.
Yeah.
But
Like,
you're pretend protesting.
we're gonna
too,
sword
right?
fight, and
they're
but
doing
we're
it
not-
with real officers right now. Like there's people that have they'll have stuff on them, not where they can get arrested, but they'll wear full body mask and everything now. And you have to have police officers to sit there and do that wall. I mean, if you look at a lot of the videos you see now with officers in protests, all they're doing is defending certain areas.
Right.
And they're throwing water bottles, stuff like that. But it's getting to a situation where the younger generation is there. They think they can go out and they can rob these stores. They can do that. Like, we never did that when we were growing up.
No.
Never try to rob a store. But now it's people feel like they can go in and get GTA.
Because you would get your ass beat by the police.
Like, yeah, you know,
mama.
And by your mama too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, and that goes to
you know, when I got to Germany, when we were in processing for the military, one of your first briefings was the Polizei. If they have to respond, they're bringing an ass whipping. Like, there's no police brutality.
Yeah.
If the Polizei show up, they're coming with an ass whipping.
Yeah, someone's got to get it.
They're hitting you with the stick. They're like,
and they would show you videos of. So there was this video I remember was there was a female Polizei, and she was German police for everyone, and she was pulling over a Turkish male that she was a female. So she was beneath him, and she asked him for his papers, passport, what have you, and he didn't want to produce it. So she pulled him out the window of the car and proceeded to beat his ass until he produced his passport. And this was the Army briefing when we got there, and it was, if the Polizei ask you for something, you comply. If you get pulled over and the Polizei think you've been drinking and they say we're going to get blood, you're going to give blood one way or another. They're going to get it.
Right.
At the end of a baton or through a syringe, your choice.
They're going to
my
act like a
point in all
Southern
of
mama
this
whose
is
kid didn't say yes, ma'am.
maybe we need that in our country a little more.
So think about if you're making $40,000 a year. And you got kids spitting in your face, and you got and you're
beat their ass,
beat
their ass, send them home to their mom and let their mom beat their ass.
And that's what it goes back to our younger generation, the generation that we're raising up now. We have to
speak, but
we have to.
Redneck says beat their ass.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, that's where it lies right now. That's where the future is, and depending on how they come up and how they see the world, that's what it's going to look like in 20 years from now, 15 years from now. And so if the kids are doing what you're saying about taunting police, and the heart goes out to Leland, where the people lost the kids and people lost their lives from a young man that brought a gun and shot up the football game. That's where all that leads to. If you're taunting today, then what is it tomorrow? And what are you teaching the people who are watching the videos of you taunting them? And then they're taunting them. And eventually it turns into something bad. And then when it turns into something bad, it's perpetuated.
It snowballs.
And it has to, it starts with our kids. It starts with everyone's kids. That's where you're going to make a change right now. You can't make a change at some point. There are those changes. People aren't going to change. People don't like change. They're afraid of change. It's the unknown that scares them, not necessarily the change. So start with your kids. Start with your kids.
I think we've had a good run when it comes to homeschool. I think that's been a really good thing for us. And I'd say that, I grew up St. Martin.
Yeah.
But I had Kim Lee Tort, but I had some whole different things. But we had a little more freedom. And
you know what Kim Lee Tort would do? He beat your ass. He put that paddle across your butt.
Would you say so? But no, I mean that
Kim Lee Tort and Coach Rogers.
It's a situation where you got to instill. There's rules. I mean,
yeah.
You teach your child respect.
Yeah. Oh, manners important.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, that's 100%.
It's funny you said that about manners, because I tell my kids, Yellowstone was big and everyone started, buying cowboy hats and getting into the Yellowstone. And we were sitting in, I believe it was Outback. And I grew up in knee case, and my great grandmothers, and they, if you had chicken and dumplings, they went out there, they knocked the head off a chicken, and that was your chicken and dumplings. I mean, they still had, I can remember them having a well that they lowered a bucket in. And so that was where you learned your respect and how you were supposed to act as a kid. You didn't talk when elders talked, you didn't talk if you were a kid. You shut up, you sat down, and you wait. And so we're in Outback, and we're sitting there, and across the table, there's a gentleman that has a hat on, and he's eating. And my son says, "Dad, look, there's a cowboy." And I said, you know how to tell the difference between a real cowboy and a fake cowboy? A real cowboy wouldn't have his hat on at the table eating. I said, if you ever see somebody with the hat on the table eating with a cowboy hat, they're not a true cowboy. And that's the respect that you can point out and tell your kids. There's just the yes ma'ams, the hold the doors, the just being respectful. I just don't know how you could do anything else. My kids are going to be respectful. They don't have an option. There's no option.
Encourage military service.
Yeah, there's no option.
You won't
Right.
You won't put a hat on at the dinner table.
Yeah.
You won't put a hat on in a building.
You don't come to the table with a hat on, and you don't come to the table without a shirt on.
And you won't walk outside without your cover. It's your cover.
Yeah.
Well, you're leading by example, and that's where we all have to start. You have
Right.
to lead by example.
Right.
Or if you have some kids that don't really know any of these rules and they're just running around, and I mean, we lost that officer in Biloxi
Yeah.
over, you're looking at the youth getting crazy. This is right here in our state.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, it's terrifying. You have friends who, like, at night, you think about them pulling up on a person and asking for an ID. They got to think, what do they got in that car?
I can't imagine how terrifying it could be.
It's true.
I mean,
They have a gun. They don't.
are they filming it for TikTok
They-
or whatever
Right.
social media platform?
Yeah.
And that's the scary part of it. It's like, are they
Yeah.
doing it for likes?
Rage baiting is such a big trend.
I hate
Yes.
seeing it.
with
Yeah.
law
True.
enforcement.
Yeah.
It's-
That is
it's-
true.
Are they getting a rise?
And I think it's not just the kids. I mean, that's
Mhm.
true with everything you said about it.
Lots of
agree.
adults in
You
the
are-
rage baiting.
All you got to do is turn the TV on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
These people like me, gray hairs, out here. doing
Watch a
this.
random YouTube
know,
video.
yeah,
I
so,
agree with you
yeah.
100%.
So it's societal. It's
Mhm,
more
yeah.
than just the youth.
I got a
but you're right.
question for
Start with
you.
the youth.
Right.
I got a question for you. What do you think about so YouTube has a lot of attorneys and lawyers, self-proclaimed, doing the same thing where they try to teach you, like, this is what you do when a cop pulls up, and I don't have to produce my ID if he asks. How do you respond? What do you think about that?
I think most of that is oriented toward the DUI laws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And basically they're giving sound legal advice for the way that it works, the system works.
Yeah.
If you get stopped, you don't breathe, you don't take the test. The laws are more gentle if you refuse as opposed to if you're convicted.
Right. Right.
But some of the ones I'm seeing are just normal everyday stops, or
You don't
Yeah.
have to
just an
identify
officer.
yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to identify yourself. They keep their window up. I don't have to roll my window down. They crack it.
Yeah. I think they're just
I've
looking
missed
for.
those. I haven't seen them. The ones I see are the ones that talk about if you get run over by a car, this is what you
Yeah.
call this lawyer. You know?
Yeah. And I know the ones you're talking about. And, why I just don't understand why
That's
you
you,
have
Jordan?
That's me.
to be so.
I can't answer it right now.
I thought that was the clock that says it's time for Dancing with the Devil.
Oh
I'll
no,
take-
I ain't dancing.
I'm
I
not
ain't. This
giving
ain't
it up.
dancing.
I am not giving it up.
With,
Saturday night, don't miss it.
oh my gosh.
Are you dancing on
No,
stage?
I don't know. I need tap shoes.
The live action, the live
How long?
auction.
Yeah, my long legs.
It'd be live
These
action, too.
like Gumby out there swinging in circles.
Jordan's going to auction them.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey, $100
where
Right.
where October 18th? What time y'all's event start?
7:00
7:00.
7:00
at the
IP.
If you have VIP armbands, we have a VIP event starting at 6.
5:30.
5:30 is check-in.
And
Mhm.
tickets. Where can you buy the tickets?
Do you go to the website or Facebook? It'll lead you to the website to where you can purchase tickets for the event.
UnitedBlue.net.
UnitedBlue.net.
And we're going to be honoring we have 5 this year, 5
5.
officers
Yes.
throughout
4
the state.
officers and 1 fireman.
4 officers and 1 fireman throughout the state of Mississippi. So we'll have a nice ceremony in their remembrance and recognize their family members. And we will also be
Presenting a $10,000 check for
presenting $10,000 check for a recipient that is for
Battling
medical needs,
breast cancer.
battling breast cancer here on the Gulf Coast. And then we also have $10,000 in college scholarships that we will be awarding in memory of fallen officers.
Yeah, and I have the list here, and I can go through them real quick. Deputy Sergeant Martin Shields, he was Hinds County Sheriff. End of watch for him was 2/23 of 2025. Firefighter Terry Dykes, a volunteer, Pinedale, his end of watch was 3/3 of 25. Lieutenant Robert James Curry, Gulfport Police Department, his end of watch was 8/14/2008. Agent James Lee Tart, Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, his end of watch was 2/20/2016. Patrolman Troy Floyd at a Summit Police Department, and his end of watch was 8/8/2024. And so those are the fallen officers that we'll be recognizing.
Great event, guys. And if you get tickets, golf cart too. Spend
Golf
some money on
carts
that
are
golf
pretty
cart,
blue.
dude. You need a golf cart, get that money on a golf cart.
The golf cart is lifted, rims. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you
Thank you
for
very
having us.
Links in the description. And we both got events on the same day. So
It's 2 great events. Yours is during
less
the
than
day,
a week
so-
away, and then we're gonna
Yours
take
is great too.
we got to take a couple days off.
Yeah.
Get some rest. Y'all come back on in November and talk about how everything worked out.
Yeah,
Big like an update.
Have us.
sure.
Yeah, let's have it. I think it'd be kind of cool to let people know what happened after our events.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree.
Let's do that.
Have
All right.
a follow up.
Guys,
Hey, we should do it my birthday.
dude,
November 29th. Let's go.
okay. Hey guys, make sure you follow United in Blue on social media
Yes.
and stay up to date with what they're doing. Like I said, they're an organization, charity that doesn't take a salary and gives all the money they raise.
That's right.
And if you sponsors watching, whether it's Delta Utilities or all these new,
Easler.
yeah, anybody. But if you got money and you end of the year budget and you need to get rid of some money, they got a 503(1)(c). Write them a check.
Right.
It goes to a good cause.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. And I got to climb over this line right here. That's the only thing about the live. I got a limp.
Thanks,
over here.
Carrie.
Guys, love you and see you soon.